Hey, what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Papa Shango once again, at it again, time and time again. Hey, listen, man. So if you saw the video before this one that I had posted, it was just about the fact that I've arrived in Hickory, North Carolina for my CDL school, which is going to be at Trans Tech. Um, I'm actually going to be going to a company, Swift Transportation. I'm sure you've heard of it. I'm sure some of you have heard some negative things about, them not being able to drive, and they had some accidents, over the years and whatnot. But whatever, they're a really big company, so it makes sense that there's been a bit of bad press, so to speak. Um, but either way, look, man, you know what I mean? This is, I have no experience in trucking. I don't have my CDL, so, this is definitely an opportunity for me to get it, for me to get into the game, um, and get this money, really. Um, so this is basically about the prelims, the preliminary stuff that I had to go through, that preceded me getting here. All right. So, I had been looking at a few companies, trying to figure out, what's what, who's going to actually allow me to get my CDL. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I got a message here. Who's going to get me my CDL, who's going to got the best program for me as far as paying it back. With Swift, I only have to pay half of it back. They take like $25 out of my check each week for me to for school. I do believe it's a year contract with them, if they're gonna get you your CDL. Um, yeah. So, anyways, all right. I so what I did was I went ahead and put in my application. I'm not even gonna talk about the other companies. That doesn't really matter to me right now. So I put in my application on Swift's website. I think it might be driveforswift.com, or it might be swifttrans.com/careers or something like that. One of the two. I'll put the link down below. All right, so I did that, and then they also have a little sheet where you can, digital sheet, obviously, where you can put in your information and a recruiter will call you. All right, so I did that, and I can't remember if it was the same day or the very next day. I don't know, but it was efficient. They were on it. So it was very, very soon. They had they had called me back. My recruiter's name is actually Cameron Smith, and I'll actually put his phone number, his office phone number, and his email address down in the description box as well. Excuse me. Yeah, so he gave me a call. We talked about, if I had my CDL, told me about the fact that they can get me my CDL, how that will work out. Let me know that I would need to go ahead and get my medical form, the long form, and the actual card that they give you when you go. And it does have to be an approved clinic. That, like, they give you a list of approved clinics wherever you live, where you can go to get that medical form. I mean, you can't just go to any clinic for it. Apparently, I don't know. But anyways, let's see. And I needed to go get my permit. Now before that, now they send me an email. They give me like an online class or something like that. It's basically to let me, study, get acclimated with the kind of questions and how things are worded for the test for the CDL permit, which was pretty cool. It took me about, I don't know, it took me quite a few days to do. I was working at Best Buy at the time, so between work and I was in school studying business. So between that, you know what I mean, I had to break it up on different days. You get like a login and everything, and it'll remember where you left off. So you don't have to worry about doing it all at one time or having to start all the way over from the beginning. All right. The other thing is, once I completed that, um, I had to go to the DMV. I had to get my CDL permit, take the test for it. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The first time I took it, I didn't pass it. Honestly, the only thing that gave me an issue was the air brakes test. The air brakes test, I probably didn't really study it as much as I needed to. And for anybody knows anything about air brakes, it's not the simplest thing in the world. It's not rocket science, but it's not the simplest thing. If you're not you know normally mechanically inclined, like I don't have any kind of you know um, what the hell? All right. Anyways, I think that was the fridge or something like that. I don't know. That was some weird shit though. Um. Anywho, let me see. There we go. So I had to get the lighting fixed. Anyways, yeah, that shit was creepy as fuck, and I do apologize. Anyways, um, yeah, like I said, I didn't pass the air brakes test the first time I took it to go get my permit, which was cool. You know what I mean? I kind of felt bad about it, but I knew I hadn't studied the way I needed to. So I took a few more days. And it was a few days later I went back, took it, and aced it. I didn't even get to finish it because if you get so many right after you reach a certain point, they just stop you because you've already reached the minimum percentage for you to pass the test. So then got that. Um, so I had to give my recruiter Cameron a call back, let him know I got everything straight like that. Um, so then what he did was figured he was going to get me straight and figure out where I was going to be going and when I was going to be going for the training. Now I was originally going to Richmond, Virginia. I think it was actually one of their locations where I was going to be getting my CDL. Um, let's see. And apparently classes start every Monday. Classes start here every Monday too. Now I had another friend of mine that we just got off the bus. It's a guy I actually went to high school with. No, middle school. I'm with the middle school with. Um, named Mello. He's actually going to drive for Swift too, but he's going down to Asheville for his CDL school, which is cool. I'm here in Hickory at Trans Tech. Now, I do want to tell y'all the little speed bump that I hit as far as my permit goes. So, when I went to take my test for the permit, all right, I passed all my tests, passed the air brakes test. Now, when I got the permit, the paper permit, I guess I didn't, it's not something that I looked at. I was excited to have it and whatnot. So then I got an email from the place I was actually going to be going to school from a lady named Deborah Patterson. Sent me an email, let me know what all I needed to bring, what I needed to have, um, all of that. And then on that list, what it had was you needed to have the K restriction removed. So if you've got K on your permit or your license, it basically means that you're only interstate or only whatever state you were in. You can only drive in that state. I needed to be interstate, obviously. I'm going to be a long haul trucker. The other thing about it is it had L. All right, so if you have an L on there, that restriction means no air brakes. All right, so whatever happened at the DMV, their computer or something got messed up and it put the restriction on there even though I had passed my test. So that was at the last minute. Mind you, I'm finding this out once I finally get my hard copy in the mail, which is like 2 days before I'm supposed to leave to go to Virginia, which was going to be today, the same thing. But I saw that, so I was panicking. I was like, man, I'm gonna have to wait another week, which really wouldn't have been so bad. But really, I just was ready to leave, man. I was ready to go, ready to get started and whatnot. But yeah, so then I had to go back to the DMV, get them to remove the restrictions and blah, 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 blah. What happened with that is they had to send off another request form, which they had already originally done. Now, the first time I went to go back to get the restrictions removed, the lady said I still needed my medical card. That's for the interstate, blah, blah, blah. You need to have that medical form so that you can get your permission to be interstate, to go all over the country. So, I had to go back home. I was like, man, yo, something's trying to keep me from getting this permit for me to get started. It's all right. I'm trying to better myself. Shit like that happens. You got all these different energies, all these different influences, things trying to keep you from, bettering yourself. But it's cool, all right, because I know how to, I know how to bob and weave. You know what I mean? I know how to bob and weave to that negative energy, man. But regardless, I was staying positive. Kind of it it messed with me in the moment when I found out, but I didn't let that keep me down and ruin my whole perspective as far as my entire situation. So went and got that straightened out. Um, Now another problem I ran into, because since I had the paper copy that had the restrictions and the hard copy, I'm sorry, the paper copy that didn't have restrictions, but the hard copy that had the restrictions on it. So the school in Richmond, Virginia wouldn't allow me to come with the paper copy. They needed the hard copy with the restrictions removed. I'm like, man, that could be another 2 weeks. We're talking about the North Carolina DMV. Shoot, any DMV. I don't know what state, it don't matter what state you in. The DMV is some shit most of the time. So that was gonna be like another 2.5 weeks, at least. I was like, nah, man, I can't do that. So I called my recruiter. I was like, look, man, what's going on with the whoop, I like, tell me what can I do, man? There's got to be something we can do about this, because I can't stay here another 3 weeks. Well, I mean, I could, but I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get going, get started. I already had my mind set that I was gonna be leaving and getting this thing popping off. So he said, all right, well, you know what? He's a cool dude, man. He's helped me along the way a lot. Like I said, his name's Cameron Smith. I'll include his information. So Cameron was like, well, look, man, you know what? Let me make a couple phone calls and I'll give you a call back and we can see what's going on. So he called me back maybe like an hour later, probably less. And he was like, hey, Fari, I've got good news. Listen, man, we've actually got a school down in Hickory, North Carolina, which is, even closer to me, that, that'll take you and allow you to come with their paper copy with the restrictions moved and a hard copy with them. We see that it's been updated, so they're not going to have an issue. I said, cool. Let's get it popping, man. I'm ready. Let's get it. He said, all right, well, look, let me send you the information, get you information for your bus ticket and everything like that. Whoa. So then that was, I think this was all on Friday. So we got that straightened out, got my ticket information. I went down to the bus ticket. I got my ticket ahead of time. I got it the day before. No, actually, I got my ticket yesterday. I wanted to get it the day before. I don't want no more issues. I don't want no more hiccups, nothing like that, man. I got to make sure, for real, especially when it's about someone else doing their job and it affecting you, man, you got to make sure your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed every single time, man, for real. You don't want to have no issues. Because potentially, that's holding you up from a check, man. That's holding you up from getting some money. That's holding you up from a promotion, any opportunity in life. You know what I mean? Not just trucking. But yeah, this video is coming up on 13 minutes, so I'm probably gonna cut it. But yeah, after that, sent me that information. I went and picked up everything. I did need to have the hard copy CDL, the paper copy permit with the restrictions removed. I did need to have my hard copy driver's license. Also, I needed to have my social security card. I think my birth certificate. Yeah, my birth certificate. I also needed to have a direct deposit form if you have it. I do everything electronically, so I don't think that's going to be an issue. And then the other thing is, money for food, and then also there's going to be a couple of fees you have to pay for. Those I'll probably explain in another video. But once you actually get here, I do know that there is a $100 testing fee for you to get your CDL when it's that time. So you need to already have that. You need to have money for food. You know what I mean? While I'm here, I'm just here so I don't get fined. But no, for real, I'm just here so I can get my CDL, man. You know what I mean? That's really the only thing I'm here for. God damn. All right, so yeah, I'm just here to get my CDL. I don't think that's like the water pipes or something. Anyways, man, regardless, I'm just here to get my CDL, man. I don't have no time for that other bullshit. I'm not going out. You know what I mean? I don't know nobody here, so it ain't like I'm here trying to be making friends.